Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angry faithful of all ages, it is that time once again to set aside your inhibitions. It's that time to set aside your expectations.
Alexa, I gotta change the time on that. I swear to God.
See, what did I tell you? You have to set aside your expectations. David is at work this week doing his normal job, the one that pays the bills. And it's just us.
So
It's
we're
just Chris and I, and we have been left alone.
we have no
have
chaperone.
no chaperone.
The
And you know, the
babysitter
best part of
has.
it is that we're two grunts hosting this show, and it's Army Navy week.
We totally planned it that way. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We bribed David's work to make sure that he was there today. We privately expressed our condolences to him, but we were both leaping with joy. I know we were.
Yeah, you know, I mean, not to
David,
kick him
we
here
love
while
you,
he's down. Yeah, I mean, we love you to death, man. But I mean, not to kick a guy when he's down. But you know, for what it's worth, black, gold, gray, his sons, we salute you. So, you know, just kind of putting that out there, bud.
Absolutely.
Um,
You
just
know it.
remember, the goal is to sing second this week. Oh my God. Please let us sing second this week. So I had secured tickets to the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth for the 23rd of December.
Ooh.
And I did that prior to the bowl selection show. I'm like, all right, there's a pretty good chance that Army's going to be there. Now and then, what do? Yeah, the Air Force is playing there, so I'm not going to go.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, what he's saying is he has some tickets for sale.
No, I don't. They're not tickets for sale because I cannot resell these tickets. They were acquired through vettix.org.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's a great group. So you don't want to screw them over.
no, I don't want to indefinitely have my account suspended because yeah, no. I'm in fact this week Wednesday, as a matter of fact, that website afforded me the opportunity to take my wife and sister-in-law to a Christmas musical in the theater district in downtown Houston called A Texas Carol. So I will be attempting to instill some culture into my life.
Better
And,
you than me. You lost me at musical. There's only one acceptable musical. And that's the Blues Brothers, of course.
I look at the Blues Brothers not so much as a musical, but as a
How is it not?
historical biopic.
How is it not a musical? Do they randomly break into song and dance for no reason at all? You're telling me
not until
entire
Aretha Franklin
sequence?
came on. No, not me. Not until Aretha Franklin came on the screen. Not until Ray Charles was on the screen.
That's what I'm saying. You're the entire sequence at Ray's Music Exchange is straight up musical. It's a musical.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'll capitulate, and you know, and I'll give you that. You know, so yeah, I'll give you that. All right, so Jesus Christ. Okay, so, oof, boy, I tell you.
Yeah, this was an interesting week.
Oh, yeah. Oof, boy, I tell you. Why is that in here? Hold on.
Yeah, this was an interesting week.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna mute. There we go.
What the hell just happened?
I have no idea. That was like some feedback. Boy, I tell you what.
I was like, Johnny's speaking, but his lips ain't moving.
Right. I fight you. You fight me. We fight now. For honor.
Thought I was having a fever dream. I heard my voice again. I was like, all right.
I mean, I can't really. what's the word I'm looking for here? I can't really I can't invoke the spirit of Chuck Norris because, he may roundhouse kick us through the screen because,
Yes.
he's an Air Force vet.
I choose to overlook that.
Right. I mean, when we're talking about the kind of guy who lost his virginity before his dad did, who built built the hospital that he was born in, and he doesn't shave because only Chuck Norris can cut Chuck Norris.
There's a rumored third fist under his beard.
That in it's I've heard that it's made of a high density diamond, like
Yeah,
not of this world.
absolutely.
Yeah. So making an attempt to try to salvage this this opening. I don't have a weird sport this week. I really don't. That's David's forte. That's his overall contribution to the show, aside from being the producer, editor, and yeah,
Person that
uh,
started it all.
yeah, person that started it all. Oh, okay. So it's no secret. It's been no surprise that I have been collecting Whataburger table tents, right? Normally they have the number on them, right? Well, when a Friday when I went to go get my boys for the weekend, and we always stop at the Whataburger in Corsicana on 45. Okay. And that's where we've been getting these table tents, right? I mean,
All of them?
so far. Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't have them all, but this is just kind of where we've been getting them. And it's that whole don't shit where you sleep thing. Yeah.
It was
Uh,
don't shit where you eat, but it's also sound advice not to shit where you sleep
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. 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 When you're downstream from the herd, don't drink the water, that kind of thing.
So,
Never squat with your spurs on.
always up chuck to the leeward.
Yeah, exactly. So we were in there and we've already acquired our table tent for the visit, right? And then I see it in the kitchen where they're bagging the orders and they're clicking their orders off of the screen and everything. I saw it. I was like, is that a Dallas Cowboy star on there? I mean, that's a Dallas Cowboy table tent. And I went to ask the guy behind the counter because he came out from behind the counter and he was restocking lids. I was like, dude, is that a Dallas Cowboy table tent over there by the receipt printers? And he goes, yeah, yeah. I was like, bro, yeah, okay.
Short of fellatio, what
No,
needs to
no,
be
it wasn't gonna come to that. But so what I did is I just went back over and I was just having a conversation with my boys. We were just waiting for our food. And homeboy comes out and he hands me one.
Wow, you didn't even have to ask?
Didn't even have to ask. And then not even 2 minutes later, he goes back into the kitchen and he gets the last two that they had sitting up there and comes over and hands them to me.
Dude.
So, Mr. Jacka, I'm going to attempt to get this to you before Christmas, but one of
Bro.
these has got your name on it.
What?
Yeah. And it's
Oh,
got the number 50 on the back. So,
hell yeah. Oh, man, that's amazing.
I'm giving one to my father-in-law because he's a ridiculously well, I don't want to say he's ridiculously large as far as like cowboy fandom, but still, it's kind of cool, right? I'm keeping
Oh,
one. You're going to
absolutely.
get the other. I went on eBay to see how much they were running for, and they're only going for $20. And I'm like,
Give
eh,
it time.
yeah, give it time. Not that we'll ever
No,
sell it.
absolutely not. Nope,
I
that's got a
mean,
place of honor. Right.
right? Exactly. I mean,
Right
I've got all of these right here. So
I should start. I don't know
You
if I go
should.
to see,
You
I don't
really
go
should.
to Whataburger often enough to justify it though, but I'll find a way.
Well, I mean, you don't have to like get a lot of stuff. I mean, you can get like a junior, what you know, like a Whataburger junior, you know, or you can just get like a side of you know, like an order of fries and a drink.
A Whataburger Junior?
Yeah, it's like the kids burger. It's
No,
like
if I'm gonna go to Whataburger, I'm going to freaking Whataburger, man.
yeah, I mean, I say that, and that's why I've ballooned up to over 250 pounds.
It is why I look the way I do.
Right.
I
Because I
will
always get the number
I'll
2. I get the double with no cheese, add bacon, and sliced jalapenos.
yeah.
You know, I mean, but I can't eat the triple because, you know, I'm
Now I don't think I could eat the triple. In my youth, I could
oh, in my
crush.
youth, whenever the metabolism was like a nuclear reactor, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, when I first got out of the army, I did one of the it was like the second job. I think I was still working for Coke,
Yeah.
and I would crush a triple.
Oh, dude, I mean, it's because we had the, you know, like I said, we had the metabolism. Our body was processing calories faster than we could take them in.
Oh yeah.
And
Shit,
then
when
you
I was
turn
in high
30.
school, I probably could have done 2 of those.
Yeah, my mom and dad, when I was growing up, my mom and dad always had this like running joke that all I had to do if I started to feel like I was full was tug on my left ear and it would go down my leg, you know. And I was like,
S
yeah, okay.
Switch sides.
Yeah. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Oh, yeah. All too
Well,
well, I know that.
yeah, you know, so
See,
hell,
I
I
don't
managed
ever
to
think
still
about it
graduate
getting
high
out of
school at
Whataburger.
90. I'm not kidding you. When I graduated high school, dude, I weighed a soaking wet 98 pounds.
I was when I got out of basic training, I was 165 pounds.
Yeah, I was 150 when I got out of basic and airborne. Because,
Yeah.
dude, like, okay, so you know, you got the basic training, chow halls and everything. And then
Yeah.
you get to airborne school, and it's like you're now in the army. You are officially, boom, you're in the army, right?
Mhm.
You're past the point of entry level separation. Like you are now accountable for your own actions, right?
Right.
You're in an army school and they feed you. We got to the chow hall. We're a bunch of sandhill privates eating in the chow hall at the airborne school for the very first time. And there's fucking donuts everywhere. We're like,
You
what?
can have those?
I knew about the bacon and the eggs and the grits, right? You know, I mean, I'll fuck up a bowl of grits, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Butter and
Hell
pepper, shit. You know, but I'm sitting there, we're looking at like, and I'm not kidding you. It looked like a spread from a dream, right? Like it was on a platter and they were stacked up at the very top, the very, very top. It was like the creme de la creme of donuts. It was a Bavarian cream filled
Oh.
with
Oh,
fucking
yes.
with the cherry jelly on top.
Dude.
I snatched that sumbitch, dude.
Oh, it
I
does
don't
not
think
get
I
better than
tasted
that.
it. I don't think I tasted it, man. I dislocated my jaw and threw it down my throat.
Slowly, I didn't even chew it.
I mean,
You
I
can't
it was
destroy something that
I mean,
beautiful.
people looked at me and they were like they were waiting for my eyelids to blink sideways or something, you know?
Dude, I think so when we were in Charlie school, because we still had like it was technically AIT for us. So we
Yeah.
still had the drill sergeants with us. We had regular defect stuff. But when we were out there, because we were in the field, we would be in the field all week
Mhm.
and bivouac there. And then they would give us hot chow. But then the fucking gut truck would come out there and they're like, yeah, fucking knock yourselves out. So we'd be fucking buying pizzas and shit and then
The
sitting there
roach coach, baby. Oh,
that
yeah.
was the big like, yeah, we got shitty basic training chow, but then we got the fucking gut truck, dude.
I mean, it was always encouraging to like, you know, to see how the importance and the lineage of the roach coach transcended, you know, international army borders. You
Yep.
know, I mean, because when they're interviewing Prince Harry when he was in Afghanistan, He quit in the middle of a fucking interview, dude. He dropped his microphone, unclipped himself, and he was like, "Hold on, I'll be right back." He took off running across the hangar. And when he came back, dude, he had like a armful of food that he just bought from the Roach Coach.
Yep. That is fucking universal, man.
They were like, "Where did you go?" He goes, "Oh, the lunch lorry was here or something like that." You know, it's like, "What?" It's like the Roach Coach, and it's like, okay, you know, the dude from CBS didn't know what the hell to think about
I
that.
know,
You know?
hell no. That
Like,
warms the heart. That's amazing.
yeah, I mean, aside from the fact that he married a crazy chick and ousted himself from his family, but I mean, all in all, I mean, what private hasn't done that?
Exactly.
You know,
Like I said, he's got the entire full army experience there.
you know, I mean,
All he needs a divorce and
well, yeah, I mean, he needs a divorce. I mean, because he's already been demoted.
yeah, he's been demoted. He's already got his deployment down.
He's been separated.
Yep.
I mean, he got chaptered. He got chaptered from the royal family, bro.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
That's it.
yeah.
Once he gets his divorce down,
And you know, and he did it in style, right? I mean, he out Carl by having all of his pay forfeited for life.
yep.
Like,
Yeah, nobody's ever gonna top that.
mm-mm. Now, any future leaders that might be listening to this show, if one of your privates comes out and says, I'm going to out Prince Harry,
It just
lock him down
slap
now.
him down immediately.
Yeah, I mean, throw him in shackles and just have him have him transported to Fort Knox or something. I mean, because just have him reclassed. Just have him reclassed, or at the very least, transfer him to a different unit and let some other schmuck deal with him. Because,
But like where would you even go? Like where would the line even be to out Harry to be able to go that far to top him? What else is there to do
um,
short of impregnating the general's daughter in front of him?
I'm thinking that's a challenge. We're gonna put a pin in that one and come back to it.
Any
So
evil that's listening to this right now, do not. That was
don't
not
end
a
us.
challenge. I am not throwing the flag down. Don't.
No, it's not like Taco where we're like, hey, I bet the E4 Mafia is all over that shit and get you a 1 by 1 inch, 1 by 1 square of the Sharp Major grass and put it in
They
parking spot.
jumped at
Dare
that
you.
too. I
Dude.
could not. No, it's not true. I absolutely could believe how quick that.
Yeah, I mean that went downhill fast, right? Every Sergeant Major. I mean, Infantry Guru probably just jumped on his phone tree and was like, "Hey,
he had
this
to,
motherfucker over here, dude." Oh boy,
dude, he could have redone his entire yard with all the the turf he got out of that.
I mean, but dudes were putting it in the Sergeant Major's parking spot.
Yeah, that's painful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a what's the word I'm looking for? That is a special breed of just a whole lot of hell no.
That's true, but on the other hand, it's nice to see that the E4 Mafia is still alive and well.
See, if the E4 Mafia was still alive and well, we wouldn't know that the E4 Mafia was there.
True.
Because they would all be out shamming.
That's true, but you can't tell me that if TikTok had been around in our day, we wouldn't have been doing some shit like that.
We wouldn't have been in the E4 Mafia very long, and I'm not talking about promotion because our supervisors, our squad leaders, team leaders, whatever, section leaders, platoon sergeants, basically our entire chain of command would have looked at. I mean, they would have looked at our videos and they'd have been like, "Promote above peers, dude." We'd have been that guy who promoted out.
See, but that's the thing.
Mafia. We'd have been that guy where everybody walks up to us and they're, we're like, "What's up, guys?" And you'd be like, You were supposed to bring force to the or balance to the E4 mafia, not join it. You know, I
See,
mean,
but you forget deniability. See, that's when you make a ghost account with a throwaway email and you don't show your faces. Deniability.
see,
Documented for future generations, but
right.
you
But in my
have
platoon, we
deniability.
had this thing called voice recognition because I mean, we operate. I mean, I say we
Voice
operated.
modulators.
You're assuming that PFCs and E4s of the time would have given enough of a shit to modulate their voice.
Bro, I did it for Halloween.
That was one day.
Yeah. And then you keep it for the other 364 days. Shenanigans.
But at a certain point, they become really evil, and they're not really
That's when they're
shenanigans.
more, that's when they
They're more
become
like
fun.
evil shenanigans.
Yeah. That's when they become fun.
I don't know, man.
The more evil, the better.
You know that line with the shenanigans, that bit from Super Troopers,
Yep.
that ended up in a Star Trek Facebook page that I belong to yesterday. Um, and it ended in the most perfect possible way. It said, "I swear I'm going to phaser whip the next person that says shenanigans."
Yes. Oh.
I was like, I was really looking for like a boy or Boimler meme or GIF from Lower Decks.
Right.
You know, it was going to be one of those. Hey, Boimler.
Yeah.
What's the name of that crazy like little Ferengi bar with all the weird shit on the walls?
Shenanigans.
Oh, my wife has just informed me that my dog escaped again, but he made his way to the front door. So
It wasn't
tomorrow,
so much an escape as
well,
it was
tomorrow after I get done taking my my
U-turn.
my instrumentation or no my equipment final for the semester, I get to come home and put chicken wire down.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. All right, fuck it. All right, here we go. So we're 22 minutes in it. We have
Eventually,
not.
we get to it.
I mean, we're 22
Oh yeah,
minutes.
this is a
on
sports show, right?
yeah. Well, it's a sports show. Boy, what the?
Imagine that.
Mhm. Okay.
See, this is why we're not allowed to do this show unchaperoned because we never know what topic.
See, David would keep trying to like edge. Well, I mean, I really need to be careful about my verbiage here. He would keep trying to nudge. See, I'm not going to give him any satisfaction by allowing him
That's literally what edgy
any kind of inside angle when he goes to edit
That's
this.
literally what edging is not giving him satisfaction. Oh my god.
I always love that scene in Family Guy whenever Chris is talking. You know, they're sitting at Meg's track meet, and Chris is talking about edging, and his dad's like, "What's edging?" And so he tells him, and he goes, "You may go wait out in the car."
Chris, go to your room.
You know?
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay, so with baseball, there's still no news about Shohei Ohtani. There's rumors about certain clubs that are in, certain clubs that are out. And to be completely and perfectly honest, we're not going to know until the news drops. Who's in, who was out, who offered what. Um, they're saying that he could command up to 700 and something $1 million over a 10-year period. And I'm just like, I know the guy's good, but honestly, nobody is worth that.
No.
No, I'm sorry. You're going to pay. You're going to drop 700 and something million dollars for a guy who can't pitch until at least next season.
Yeah.
I kind of really find that hard to digest. I mean, just as long as he doesn't end up in pinstripes, whatever. I don't care.
At this point, it's not even worth speculating anymore because it's just been all over the place, and everybody is just talking out of their orifice about it as well. Because
yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now, Yamato, I mean, he's projected to land a $300 million deal, and I'm like, that's crazy to me, crazy. Now this is coming from. Let me see here. Where's the byline on this? Well, it's from MLB.com. There's no byline here, so is there? Is there? Bueller? Yeah, no byline. Okay, so they had an intern write this. Okay, now the update is today. As the offseason goes on, the market for Yamato has only gotten more competitive. According to the Athletics' Jim Bowden, the 25-year-old ace is the most sought-after free agent on the market based on interested teams. Quite the feat in a free agency period headlined by Shohei Ohtani. Now, the competition for Yamato can only be good news for the right-hander in terms of his impending contract. Now, while MLB trade rumors projected Yamato to receive a 9-year, $225 million deal at the start of the offseason, that number seems to have only gone up. He could get closer to $300 million on the open market. Now, only 6 players have ever received $300 million or more on the open market. Garrett Cole got 9 years, $324 million. He's the only pitcher to do that. Now, Ohtani is likely to smash that mark, with reports saying that the bidding has topped $500 million and can go as high as $600. But for Yamato, the star in the Japanese professional league, and one of the youngest free agents on the market, landing a $300 million contract this offseason appears very doable. Teams will still have 1 month to sign him, as Yamato's posting window closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time on January 4th. Now, if he hasn't received or accepted any offers by January 4th, I think the way that the Japanese pool works is that he has to go back to play in Japan.
Right.
So,
I don't see that happening though. Somebody's going to sign him.
Yeah.
It'll be as much as I cannot life of me justify 300 million. But
now there's a lot of fan bases that are like, it would be great. It would be a dream to have Ohtani, but take that money and spend it on multiple players as opposed to just one guy.
Absolutely.
We get that.
Absolutely. Get that. Yeah, you could buy almost an entire bullpen for 300 million.
Yeah, you
have
could
it equal.
Mm-hmm. You could pack your bullpen full of all-stars.
Yes.
And be like, oh, Garrett Cole. Right. Okay. Well, I don't like you anyway, so I'm going to make you a bullpen guy. And yeah, that's that. So, what you're going to make this year, scratch that, I mean, you could bring Trevor Bauer back and offer him $35 million, over, well, let's say 3 years, $10 million a year. That's very doable. I mean, market value. It's not going to push, it's not going to push your, it's not going to put you in too much danger of exceeding the luxury tax, but
exactly.
I mean, you could put together a pretty formidable bullpen for $300 million.
Oh,
exactly. Easy. Now, what I find funny is the fact that Juan Soto's name has been tossed around in the Bronx a lot, right? As far as like signing with making a deal with the Yankees. Those talks have those talks have stalled though. They're trying to they've come out and said Yamato's our number one priority. Now here's the thing. Here's the problem with the Yankees. And the Red Sox were guilty of this too, and to an extent still kind of are. There's a reason why ticket prices for those two teams, their home games, are borderline unattainable. And that's because of the salary or the payroll. Um, there's a big reason why people demand so much whenever they come to the Yankees. One, the Yankees are willing to pay it. And two, I'd want $300 million over X amount of years if I'm going to be forced to play in A, that uniform, and B, subject myself to that fan base and media.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're severely putting yourself under a spotlight right there.
yeah, make it worth my time to come and play for this travesty of a freaking ball club. It's like, oh, we got 27 rings. Well, that's great. Shut up. Nobody cares.
Right.
I mean, the only people that care are those whiny little Karen chicks that like sit there and bitch and moan about things. Yeah, I've been marinating the air in here. My sister-in-law walked in and grabbed her laptop. She stopped mid-stride, turned around, looked at me, and she goes, "Have you been farting?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, and walked out. Yeah.
You are welcome.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. You are welcome. So,
Oh,
yeah, good times. Okay. I'm not completely sold on you on Juan Soto at all. Period. I mean, yeah, he made a name for himself when the Nationals won the World Series in 2019. I think it was. Pretty sure. Yeah, 2019. Um, everybody got to see, I mean, because the Nationals don't get a lot of, pardon the pun, national exposure. They don't get a lot of nationally broadcast games. They're a small market. I mean, small market. They just happen to get hot at the right time. Which really the playoffs in baseball, that's what it's all about. So, I'm not sold on him. I mean, he went to the Padres and did what Juan Soto does. I mean, he just kind of bathed himself in mediocrity, and along with the rest of that lineup. I mean, San Diego went out and spent big money last offseason, and they just absolutely. I mean, as far as expectations versus reality, the the standard deviation there was massive. I mean, it was huge. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, where all the pieces that are out there land and what it's going to do to to the landscape as far as competition is going to be concerned, moving forward for the new season. But I don't know, man. We're there's really not a lot of news out here. Um,
at the moment, no.
yeah, I mean, Alex Spear, he writes he's the beat writer for the Boston Globe. He's the beat writer for the Red Sox. And he was quoted as saying, I think that the Red Sox will be particularly invested in the Yamato sweepstakes. I mean, if they could figure out a way to convince these guys, Otani, Yamato, Colin Montgomery, one of the big names out there on the free agent market for pitching. Hey, put your feet down here, play in Boston.
Right.
And if they could get it to where, they can convince these guys to buy into a system and take that, for lack of a better term, that hometown discount. Great. Is it going to happen? Probably not. I mean, I would say 99.999 repeating chance that it's not going to happen. But, hey, a blue moon shone across the, in the playoff skies back in 2004. So you saw what happened there. But
Exactly.
It is what it is. So, well, we're going to move on a little bit here. Let me see here. Pull up my notes from the week before. And come on, where's it at? There we go. Our picks for the week. We're gonna jump right into football here. Um, we're gonna finish off the NFL. We're gonna do our NFL picks, and then we're gonna talk about the college football playoff bracket because I think that bears some fleshing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, that was
It's well, we'll get into it.
yeah. We'll get into it. I'm not necessarily. I all I'm gonna say, I do not agree with the selection committee at all. Like,
Yeah. I had a feeling that we were going to be of like mind on that.
yeah. And it's not because of a disdain for a certain team that hails from a Gulf
Sure.
Coast state, but
State
yeah, I mean,
to say they really like their cousins. Paddle faster. I hear banjos.
I think out of that, anybody on that cast, I think Ned Beatty had the hardest part in that whole movie.
He did.
Oh, that poor guy. And you know what's funny is that
He definitely
that scene, the whole squeal boy, that was ad-libbed. That was improv. Ned Beatty had no idea what the hell was going on. I mean,
genuine reaction there.
I'm a kid.
We're still filming, right? Is this?
I'm a kid walking through the living room, and my parents are in the living room watching this movie on TV, and I just happen to glance out of the corner of my eye, and I see Ned Beatty's naked ass on my parents' television screen. I'm like,
well, he was wearing tiny booties.
well, I mean, but they were
they were pretty loose.
Man. Anyway, and yes, for those of you who are going to fact check us later, we know that deliverance took place in the state of Georgia, but it still applies. All right, so we started the week off really well. We picked the Cowboys to beat the Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks managed to do what nobody else has been able to do all season, and that is take the lead at AT&T Stadium this year. However, Cowboys have now the longest active winning streak in the NFL for home games at 14. That is 6 in a row for this season. I think that this was probably more of a telling win as to the type of team that the Cowboys are capable of being more than any of their blowout games.
Yep.
Just simply due to the fact that they had to fight. I mean, the Seahawks came in and punched them square in the mouth.
Yep.
And this was an uncomfortable win for the Cowboys. And I mean, yeah, it was a death blow for the Seahawks season, but it's victories like this that are going to give the Cowboy faithful that much larger of a cardiac arrest when the postseason actually starts.
I just want to point out that this win happened on November 30. So it wasn't December yet. If this win had come in December, I would feel better about the playoffs.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that first game of December here in just a little bit.
It's December is here, and
we
know the Dallas relationship with December.
I mean, we don't have the triplets anymore. So
no, but it still remains.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Dak Prescott's Cowboys legacy is on the line this year.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But moving on, we picked the Chargers over the Patriots. Now, this particular game, I mean, tell me that you are I mean, you have to hand it to Bill Belichick. We are watching here is a master class on how to tank a season.
Yes.
Because every game that the Patriots have lost, all 10 of them, with the exception, 9 out of those 10 You know, we're not talking about that stop in Dallas.
No.
9 out of the 10 losses that the Patriots have experienced this year have all been close games.
If you want to call this a close game, sure.
It was 6-0. There was no touchdown scored. It was 2 field goals.
That's can you call it a close game though when the one side doesn't score at all?
I mean, technically, the only thing that the Chargers defense did was give somebody some good points on their fantasy league.
That's true.
So,
That's true. I mean, whoever had the Chargers defense, good on you.
I mean,
Enjoy it.
Not to bring a good old JR from the WWE, announcers booth, but or table rather, but this wasn't exactly a slobber knocker. I mean, it really wasn't.
No,
so, I mean,
could have taken a nap and not missed it
I'm just sitting there going
at all.
I looked at that score and I'm like, am I reading that right? Like,
is this a halftime score? What the hell?
And then, I'm like, okay, so people went to a football game and
No
that's a baseball score. I mean, that's a baseball score. I mean, 6-0. That's a baseball score.
Yeah. That's practically a hockey score.
Well, that's a really good hockey score.
Right? That's a great game in hockey.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful game in hockey. I mean, just too bad that the Bruins weren't on the field. So, I mean, yeah. Then we had the Lions over the Saints, and that game, I mean, it was all Detroit all day. I mean, the Saints made it close, but at the end of the day, the Lions closed that one out. They're now 9-3 on the season, dude. I mean, they have the same record. They have the same record as the Cowboys.
Yeah, I had no faith in them to begin with, too. We all know it's well documented. I had zero faith in that team at the beginning of the season.
You've had about as much faith in the Lions over the course of the first half of the season as I did my Red Sox for the entirety of last season. Yeah.
Even in the face of abject failure, you still maintained more faith than I ever have in the Lions.
I mean, that's the one thing is that the Lions they were about as reliable as a wounded duck coming out of the hand of Baker Mayfield, against the Panthers the this weekend. Yeah. I'm just sitting there going, huh, okay, But here I am. I'm like, all right, I've got faith that these guys. I mean, they're not going to go all the way. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they're not going to revitalize the Detroit downtown area. I mean, they're
no, but they've built
a hell of a bounce back game from the 6 turnovers that they had on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, if they can build up some momentum, and are able to get some good talent over the off season, they might be dangerous next year.
I mean, before we make our Thanksgiving Day pick for next year, I'm going to check the lunar charts to make sure that the moon is not waning.
That's what it was. We're going to blame astrology.
The last 6 or 7 years that there was a waning moon on Thanksgiving, the Lions have lost that game.
Really?
Yeah. I forget where, but somebody out there in the interwebs found it, made a chart, and put it out on X.
Of all things to look at.
Hey, dude, I mean, people are into numerology, people are into astrology. I mean,
I just to make that connection I wonder what the moon was doing when the Lions lost.
It was probably created by the same person that gets their their game picks from their psychic. They call it Miss Cleo, and it costs them like $2.95 a minute, but still. Mercury was in retrograde. I really wouldn't start the San Diego defense this week, but the Lions went into Nolans and they beat up on the Saints 33-28. Then we had the Falcons over the Jets. That one, I mean, I mean, it was a 13-8 victory. So I mean,
Again, that's
the score is not indicative of the quality of play.
it's like a
Um,
WNBA score.
yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, that is the perfect analogy right there. Thank you so much. Then comes our first stinker pick of the week. We had the Steelers over the Cardinals, and the Cardinals showed up, and the Steelers didn't. So yeah, of course the
Honestly,
Steelers lost their quarterback. You know,
isn't that the one that I said no matter who we pick, we're gonna lose?
it is. It is.
So honestly, we were screwed on that one.
Yeah.
We were
Now
win.
this next one hurts because we have anytime that there's a game that involves the Titans and we even remotely think about picking them,
Every
they're like the abusive spouse. You know, the Titans are that drunk oil field worker who got passed up for promotion and he can't go work in the control house. Instead, he's out there slinging chains and threading pipe, right?
his child support just got increased.
Yeah, his child support got increased because his third baby mama found out that he's working, out in the fields again. And so what does he do? He comes home. He's already a case into the end of the day, and it's only 7 o'clock in the morning because he got off early and actually got off early. He got off on time by getting off at 8. No, he got off at 6. Goes to the liquor store, drains the case out in the parking lot, goes back in, grabs a bottle of Jack and another case, and he starts coming home. We're just that doting house field worker, oil field worker wife that's sitting there. She's gone over everything in the house twice, 3 times, even with a fine-tooth comb, hoping and praying that everything is perfectly in place. And the second that he walks in, the Titans walk in, they accidentally bump the kitchen counter, which has been in the same place since the house was built. But somehow it was our fault that it got moved. I mean, and yeah, he just started beating on us, and we keep going back.
The tortilla had a dark spot on it.
Yeah, the tortilla had a dark spot on it.
Yep. Can't have that.
I mean,
I done told you.
We picked the Titans to beat the Colts, and the Colts. It took a last minute, it was a blocked punt touchdown, right? So I mean, it was literally a blocked punt that they ran back for a touchdown,
which just it hurts, like the physical pain it causes to have to say that.
Which is why if I can, and I'm still in the fight to try to score these. If I can get tickets to the New Year's Eve game here in Houston,
so we can throw shit at them.
I am going to boo the dog shit out of Tennessee. I'm like, you fucking fucks.
Like everybody around you is like, what did they do to you? They fucking know. They know.
This is what happens when you fuck another man in the ass.
This is what happens, Titans.
You go out with a baseball bat and start smashing the window in on their bus. It's got to be with a folding chair, so that way you can claim that you were just harnessing your inner Conor McGregor.
Right? Exactly.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just I cannot believe. I don't think we need to go back and see what our record is with the Titans this year, because I don't. We've got to be at like, what have we
we're
been
so
right?
far below 500.
We've been right, I think maybe 2 or 3 times with the Titans.
Yeah, when we've picked them, I think maybe once, and that's being generous. Okay, so
Fuck
today, right? Today is the 4th. That means we've got 1, 2. Christmas Day is on a Monday this year. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you're willing to pay us. Well, I don't know about that. If you're willing to pay us enough, we might go live on Christmas Day, but probably not going to happen.
We need to see the cash first, though.
Cash App, firstborn, blood samples.
Kidneys, we accept organs. We don't even care whose they are.
And if you're worried about where to come up for the funding, if you have not been vaccinated yet, sperm banks are offering, I think it is somewhere to the tune of about $15,000 for an unvaccinated load.
Yeah.
So,
gentlemen, you can make up for all of November.
Yeah. Like, just don't be like Jason Scott Williams from Road Trip. Okay.
Did I say 2 fingers? Better make it.
You gotta make it 3. Yeah. It was the sounds that he was making. He was like, oh. It's like that.
He's like, oh, baby, you don't have to talk
Awesome.
clinical.
You're pre-med, right? Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh.
I really want to see him like be, start to be taken seriously as a leading man in Hollywood, and he gets like the serious roles.
Yeah.
That would be great. I mean,
Just
he's always going to be
dramas.
Stifler. He's always going to be Stifler, just like Jennifer Coolidge is always going to be Stifler's mom.
Mom, yeah.
Right? She dude, when she came, she did an interview, right? She said that after American Pie came out, like she got so much dick.
Really?
Yeah. She said that she slept with like 200 dudes
What?
after American Pie just because she was Stifler's mom. And
Dude.
she was like, so many people were calling her Stifler's mom while they were doing it.
Oh, that's too much.
I mean, if she was offering it out, she was saying like, I would call me Stifler's mom. Okay.
I'm not necessarily saying I would have turned it. Well, at the time, because not now, but at the time, like,
when the movie came out,
not necessarily saying it wouldn't happen.
I mean, it's one of those zip. It's like, okay. We're there, Oh, Maria's here. Everybody,
Maria's here. Maria.
David is working tonight, and it's just us, and
we're unsupervised.
We are unsupervised. 2 infantrymen during Army Navy week. So yeah, we've dropped the ball. We have not done the weird sport of the week.
Nope.
We
drop the ball so much as just hurl it in a random direction.
Unlike the Titans, this was a good punt.
We crushed that fucker.
I mean, it was absolutely gone. So we really got off track here. Because I was going over, how the schedule falls, and so Christmas this year falls on a Monday, and I'm not shooting on Kwanzaa. I'm not shooting on Christmas Day. I'm pretty safe. I can pretty safely say that we'll probably end up shooting on the 27th.
Yeah, we don't roll on Shabbos.
Yeah, we don't roll on Shabbos. I mean, I know it's a midweek thing, but here's the deal. One, listenership, viewership's probably not going to be that high to begin with on that day. And two, all the games worth mentioning, well, that have already been played. So,
That's
you
true.
know, yeah,
We're gonna have to delay just to be able to catch all the better, all the games that are gonna matter.
yeah, exactly. So, there's that.
Sure.
Um,
So we'll plan it. It was planned
because
that way.
here's my plan. Here's my plan. The show that we film on the 18th, that that is going to be the show that premieres the newest tradition in nerd sports history. I am going to do an on-air reading of A Die Hard Christmas.
I cannot freaking wait.
Oh, it's going to be
It's
glorious.
it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
I may even wear slippers.
I've got a sweatshirt that I'm going to wear. It
Dude,
says
the Mr. Rogers
no,
sweater vest.
It's
Oh,
a
come on.
gray sweatshirt that says, "I have a machine gun now. Ho ho ho."
Yes. That's amazing.
I was like,
Absolutely.
"Yeah." See, my lovely, lovely wife, she found it, and I was like, "Oh," because I wear that shirt every Christmas Eve because I
Yeah.
have to wear it when I do the obligatory traditional Christmas Eve viewing of Die Hard.
Yes.
And yeah, and I will send you a picture later. I've got a John McClane ornament on the tree upstairs. And
Oh,
it's the picture from when he's in the duck, in the ductwork.
yes.
And it's just a particle board box. It's a particle board box that has been embossed with aluminum tape.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Does it have a little
it
candle
kind
for
of
when
is.
when he's got the
Well,
lighter?
here's the thing. I'm in my effort to wow, I think Maria bailed on us because we were up to 3 just a minute ago on the viewers.
Maria.
Yeah, she bailed on us, man.
Maria.
Like,
Oh,
David's not here. Fuck those guys.
wow.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is. David is the Duff of our group.
I mean, that's fair.
David gets a fair amount of tail, to be completely honest, people, but it's because people are trying to get to us through him.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we could have gone the entire show without bringing that out, without actually bagging on David. But to be completely and perfectly honest with you, I mean,
To be fair though, I feel
to
like
be fair,
he actually I think put Maria up to that. I think they colluded between the two of them
yeah,
to jump in and
yeah,
then jump
go in there, ask where I'm at. When they tell you I'm at work, just click
just
out and
just
just stop watching. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it
We're not
is.
I'm convinced.
Yeah,
Col- Collusion between the two of
it's
them.
collusion. Did
Mm-mm-mm.
you know collusion is actually punishable by it's a state jail felony in the state of Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it
And
is.
I believe we have comments in the comment section there that will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they were talking amongst themselves,
Yeah.
thus in collusion. So that
I mean,
right there is all proof.
David is in the he has slid up into the comments. Um, I mean, talking about Jason Scott Williams. I mean, The Goon, excellent movie, by the way.
It's a fantastic movie.
Fantastic movie. Um, yeah. So on December 18th, tune in or tune out. I don't give a shit either way.
Maria.
Maria.
I'm kidding. You know I love you. Even though she doesn't stick around and listen to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she's here to defend herself.
This
So
is
I
true.
mean,
I
she
could really say anything I wanted, and
yeah, exactly. I mean, because I'm using my phone as the camera right now, I can't go into our secret super secret squirrel text thread and
I'm waiting for it to pop up, and it
yeah,
hasn't,
nothing.
which
Okay.
is disappointing.
Okay.
Let's see where we stand.
Yeah,
It's all right. It's okay.
it's all good. Moving on.
We have each other.
Yeah, we do. We picked the Dolphins to beat up on the Redskins. Oh, that was embarrassing. 45-15.
Did
So
they ever?
yeah, the Dolphins now also have the same record as the Cowboys. Oh, we have our one viewer back. I
Me.
wonder who it is. It's David. Is it you?
It's
Yeah.
me.
See, um, I'm in there too,
Got a pump.
and yeah, there, yeah. Here in just a second, we're gonna. It should pop up as 2. Like, oh, look at that. Lucky Charms. Um, you know, I picked the Texans to beat the Donkeys. And I just kind of want to go out there on record and say, I told you so.
Mhm.
I fucking told you so.
This is another one though where we were screwed no matter what we did.
No, honestly, I honestly truly believe. I mean, I'm not going to become a Texans fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go out buy season tickets. I'm not going to be like that. You're not going to ever catch me wearing a CJ Stroud jersey. Okay, but I'm really starting to buy into the culture that team is starting to espouse. I really am. D'Amico
I'll
Ryan D'Amico Ryan as the head coach. Absolute baller move, man. And going out getting CJ Stroud when everybody thought that they were going to go another way. I'm like, I'm absolutely 100%. I'm starting to buy into the culture of that team and starting to really believe that they're turning a corner, and they're starting to put the pieces together and they're starting to figure it out.
I'm not ready to buy into it yet.
Here's why I'm not selling out completely. Okay, Tank Odell, he's gone for the year. He broke his leg
Yeah.
on Sunday. But the Texans did manage to find a way to win without him, and the defense stepped up in a huge way. Huge. They actually intercepted the ball to win the game. Because Denver was driving and they were in the red zone and they had their opportunity to take the lead with almost no time on the clock at all. They intercepted the ball in the end zone from Russell Wilson with I think 8 seconds left, and neither team had a timeout. I mean, it was just Sean Payton goes in there with the Donkeys and just absolutely coached. I mean, he put on a clinic, right? I mean, kept his team in it by making good calls on offense and making good calls with the defensive schemes. But CJ Stroud, man, I mean, there's a reason he's a rookie and wearing a captain patch already.
Yeah.
I mean, his team absolutely believes in his leadership skills, and those captain patches. I mean, they're voted on by your teammates. So, the fact that he's a rookie and he's wearing that C on his jersey, I mean, that speaks volumes. I mean, to
Yeah.
me, that speaks just absolute volumes. You know, far and away about the type of player that CJ Stroud is ultimately set up to become in the league. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. The
I'm waiting to
Texans,
see what happens in the offseason.
yeah. Well, I
Really
mean,
gonna
because they don't have, they're not going to have the luxury of getting that good high pick.
no.
What's going to end up happening is that they're going to have to show what their metal is on the free agent market.
Yeah.
But he's given the fan base around here reason to believe, and that's something that the Houston fan base, the Texans fan base, has not had in a very, very long time.
I can see.
So I mean, understandably, I mean, people are they're trepidatiously excited around here.
Yeah.
Um, Guess what, Houston Texans fans? This is what it's like living life as a Red Sox and Cowboys fan.
Exactly. This is what it was like as a Rangers fan for
So,
the last
you know, I mean, you
They're
better
like,
just
"Yeah,
go
they
buy
work."
stock.
Nope.
You better go buy stock. I mean, like a majority share in Tums and Pepto because
Yeah.
I mean, your stomach acid is going to go to shit and your shit's going to turn black. I mean, it's just there.
Talking apocalypse level of
Yeah.
hoard.
I mean,
It's just a hoard that shit.
I mean, when the team finally gets bounced from the playoffs, they're, I mean, you're going to, you'll be able to feel it on a level like the force, right? I mean, you're going to have these old timers sitting around and they're going to be like, you know, they're just going to pause like mid syllable. Doesn't matter what they're doing. They're going to stop just dead in their tracks. And these sandy haired blonde kids are going to be like, what's the matter? And you're going to hear it. And it's going to be in stereo. It's going to be across Southeast Texas, right? It's as if a million voices all cried out. Suddenly there was silence. You know?
It'd be like that one episode of South Park when Butters was Lumens and he was you just hear all the voices crying out in the distance.
Or that episode of Phineas and Ferb, whenever Ferb was like, or Phineas was like, no, I'm going after Perry. Like you felt that charge, right?
Yep.
And they end up going to Africa to save Perry, and realize that everybody's robots.
Yep,
Candace is
exactly.
living with the monkeys, and then what was it? The Candace bot had a cell phone in her chest, and so she was able to call Jeremy. Yeah.
Good times.
Tell me you have kids without actually telling me you have kids. Who the fuck am I kidding? I'd watch Phineas and Ferb anyway. I mean, I don't need an excuse to watch cartoons. Don't fucking judge me.
Exactly.
So anyway, the Texans won 22-17, which was actually, it was a good game. It really was. It was a close played game, and it was actually really good. And then then we kind of hit the skids a little bit. We picked the Bucks over the Panthers because we're like the Panthers had not won a game all year. I mean, we're just like, all right. So I mean, yeah. I mean, they were trying to become the new Detroit Lions. That's what they were trying to do, right? Or the new Cleveland Browns. That's what they were trying to do. And
Fair.
I mean, have you noticed that since Christian McCaffrey got traded to San Francisco, that San Francisco is just living a high on the hog, but yet Carolina's not so much.
Nope.
Like they ain't done shit. Ooh, we spiked up to 5 viewers there for just a second.
Oh.
It's the damnedest thing. Anyway, yeah, the Buccaneers showed up, and I don't really want to give them credit for winning this game, as I so much want to give the Panthers a hard time for. I mean, they're now dangerously close to having to rely on a tiebreaker to figure out who gets the number 1 overall pick against, between them and New England.
It's just so conspiracy theory here. Do you think Bill Belichick tanked this entire season just so he could get a number 1 pick?
I would not put it past that man. I really wouldn't. I really, really, really wouldn't. I mean,
that would be in keeping with his style. Yes, I could totally see. If somebody were to make that accusation, I would be
showing up to a New England area Chick-fil-A the day after they got their asses handed to them by the Dallas Cowboys. Yes. Tell me that he's okay with this without actually telling me he's okay with this.
Yep.
Because I mean, if it was the Bill Belichick of old, we're talking Brady Belichick. I mean, he'd be walking around with the sleeveless hoodies on, with the hood up.
Yep.
looking like
Palpatine. It was
yeah,
Bill Palpatine.
no, better than that. I mean, he'd be walking around like Darth Sidious. I mean, because Darth Sidious figured out how to use the Force to reverse death. Yeah. I mean,
Johnny,
all you would hear,
Johnny,
huh?
I'm waiting for you to correct this.
Oh, I screwed up the name, didn't I?
They're one and the same. They're the same person.
They are the same person. Yeah, you're right.
I will excuse this once.
Yeah,
Because you're a Trekkie.
you're right. I am a Trekkie. I am a Trekkie. I'm more of a Trekkie than I am a Star Wars guy. Now, in my defense, I did build that. So,
that is true. I will give you some leeway on that. Yes.
I've got an R2D2 upstairs that I still got to build. That's made completely out of metal.
The fact that you even know that at all, though, gives you a lot of leeway in my eyes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll take that.
But I still got to slap you down.
Hold on.
I can't let that go.
Hold on. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck. That hurt. I caught my eyeball with the fingertip. I was like, I wouldn't make it in the slap championships, man. I really wouldn't. I'd be one of those people that, like, that they talk about on Reddit was like, bro changed sports mid-round.
I think he changed species there for a second.
And I can see the playback. I mean, there is a huge lag, right?
There is.
Yeah.
It was rough. Wait till you hear it. It was solid.
Ooh.
David's going to enjoy that.
Yeah, he is. He's going to cut that.
When he goes to edit this.
That's going to end up on TikTok, everybody. Just mark my word. Yeah.
That's true. Yep.
That's
Timestamp that shit. That is going.
Yeah, that's going to end up on TikTok.
You're welcome.
I did that for y'all. I'm just kind of putting that out there. I mean, the things I do for this show, the personal sacrifices that I put my body through.
When Johnny says he puts his heart and soul into it, he really means.
Yeah, I'm there. We've got the Brown. We picked the Browns over the Rams, and I don't know what the hell we were thinking there. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still the Cleveland Browns. You know what it was? It was Sunday Night Football dangling that little tidbit of information out there. They've got the number one defense in the league. Yeah. See, this is what happens whenever you
look at statistics,
make a military decision based on bad intelligence.
Yes, this is what bad intel does.
I mean,
that'd be a lesson to you.
You want ants? That's how you get ants.
Carpet is already bad enough.
Yeah. Mother. Okay. God, I want to find him and I want to get him on the show. I really do.
That would be a fucking blast. Yeah. Absolutely, he would be great.
God, I would just be like, dude, all I want you to do is just sit there and just say phrasing every time somebody says something fucked up.
Well, I think of all the great characters that he has actually played.
Right?
Like he has done some great stuff. Even live action, he did some good stuff. Live action.
Yeah, he was in some Arby's commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danger zone.
Yes. He has a
now. This is by far my favorite pick of the week. We picked the 49ers to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Not
That
only did
was
the
from
San
the
Francisco 49ers go in and accomplish that goal, but they punched
Precisely.
Philadelphia in the mouth. I listened to the Philadelphia broadcast on Sirius on the way home on Sunday.
Mm.
And you know that tush push play that Jalen Hurts has, right? Do
Yes.
you know what they call that on the Philadelphia radio call?
What?
And it just sounds gay, right? No, let me rephrase that. Let me wind that back. It sounds like your stereotypical Philadelphia thing, right? They call it the brotherly shove.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I
No.
heard that and I was like, did they say that? And then not even 2 minutes later, they said it again. And I'm like,
No.
oh my God.
God,
They
I need to
they
watch
actually call it the brotherly shove.
Oh, I need a
And I'm
shower.
like, I pray to God that that's not copyrighted because I am going to do that. I'm going to put a copyright on the brotherly shove
Oh my god.
because
Oh.
I am. I'm gonna copyright the brotherly shove. I'm gonna
So
file a copyright
gay.
claim for that. You watch, and I'm going to be the and whenever Philadelphia fans find out about it, especially the radio guys, they're like, somebody over in Texas, he's probably a Cowboys fan, copyrighted the brotherly shove. So now we can't say it without paying him.
We're not paying no fucking Cowboys fan.
Right? I mean, you know, Deadspin's gonna cover this story in a hope that it saves them, and which is a great segue because I'm about to go into the Chiefs and Packers.
But you heard, speaking of the I can't
I
even
know that's why it's a segue.
that story with the okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, I tell you. All right. Um,
The brotherly shove. That's some like roll tide shit right there. That's on par with roll tide. I'm calling it.
Oh.
I'm saying it right now. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who read Deadspin, shame on you for starters.
First of all, yes. Through that entire publication.
They basically went out with the intention of smearing a young Chiefs fan. This kid, he shows up at a Chiefs game. They were in San Francisco, and I think it was San Francisco. I think it
No, I
was.
think they were in St. Louis. Or no, it was yeah, I think they were in St. Louis.
Okay, no, because St. Louis doesn't have a team, son.
Uh
Anyways, doesn't matter. Oh no, they were in Las Vegas. That's what it was. Okay. So the
Kansas, why am I thinking St.
family of okay, so this is from the National Review online. Okay. Um Articles by Caroline Downey, dated today. So breaking. The headline is Parents of Kansas City Chiefs fan threatened to sue Deadspin for smearing 9-year-old as a racist. Family of the young Kansas City Chiefs fan who was smeared as a racist after he donned a tribal headdress and face paint at a recent game is threatening to sue the outlet that sparked the controversy for publishing what they saw are defamatory claims. Now, Holden Armenta's parents, Holden is the name of the kid. Okay. Holden, you have a home here at Angry Me.
Absolutely.
We stand with you, Holden. Hashtag stand with Holden. Absolutely.
1,000% behind you.
1,000%. David, if you are watching, do some legwork, see what we got to do. I want this kid on the show. Okay. I want his parents on the show. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, but Holden's parents are Shannon and Raul. Okay. They hired a law firm Clearlock LLP, to compel Deadspin, the outlet which published the hit piece condemning his getup, to retract the story. Now, authored by senior writer Karen Phillips, the story was headlined, "The NFL needs to speak out against the Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface native headdress." Now, the parents also warned that they may launch legal action against Phillips, the publication publisher Go Media, and Great Hill Partners in a letter obtained by News Nation. Quote, "These articles, posts on X, and photos about Holden and his parents must be retracted immediately," the letter said. "It is not enough to quietly remove a tweet from X or disable the article from Deadspin's website. You must publish your retractions and issue an apology to my clients with the same prominence and fanfare for which you defamed them." Now, while Deadspin's article used an image which only showed half of Holden's face, that was painted black to substantiate the claim that he was wearing blackface. Now, other images showed that the other side of his face was painted red for the Chiefs. Now, Holden is 9 years old and this is the kicker. He's of Native American descent. Okay.
His grandfather's on the tribal council.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. His granddad's on the tribal council. I mean, if there's anybody in any NFL stadium that is qualified to wear a headdress and paint his face, it's that kid.
Yes.
Absolutely that kid. Now, quote, "It takes a lot to disrespect two groups of people at once," Phillips wrote in the piece. "But on Sunday afternoon in Las Vegas, a Kansas City Chiefs fan found a way to hate black people and Native Americans at the same time. How fucking ignorant do you have to be?"
What was worse was they had the initial tweet came out, and I believe the guy that tweeted the story, he linked the story, and then he was social media person for Deadspin. I can't remember his name, but he came out with a tweet and he was saying that if you don't think this is blackface, then you're just as racist as this kid. And that's where they had the half face, right? So then everything comes out, and they said, he got this immense backlash on everything. And then he doubled down on it and said, if you think that it's not blackface just because the other side of his face is red, then you're even more racist than I thought. And I was like,
Yeah.
It's not blackface paint is not blackface. There is a massive difference.
Yeah, a massive. I mean, if we want to talk about blackface, let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. Let's talk about Justin Trudeau.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah. Yeah. The socialite from Canada, America's Cat. What are you thinking up there? I mean, come on. We know that you don't like the guy, but somehow he still keeps winning elections.
There was a picture of Howard Stern that was in full actual blackface.
Oh, and the fact that they're trying to throw Robert Downey Jr. into that trailer too, and it's like
that wasn't
that wasn't blackface at all. I mean, and his co-stars were on board with it.
Blackface. Like they're making fun of the entire thought behind all of it. It was
and the fact that so in RDJ did an interview after Tropic Thunder came out, right? And he was like, I expected to get so much hate mail about it. And he said Ben Stiller got more hate for playing Simple Jack than he did for playing a black man. He's like, I'm just a dude disguised as a dude. I'm just
now it's what is it? 12 years or 13 years later that they're coming out afterwards, and now it's like at this point
I mean, the feigned indignation of the left is so it's hilarious. Like, it's laughable, right? I mean, in the 40s, 18 and 19-year-old boys, they were charging beaches in Europe and saving the world. And now in 2023, 2024, 18 and 19-year-olds, I mean, words have weight to them, and I need a safe space, and you can't come to my Starbucks because if you are and you tell me what your name is, and if I think it's conservative, you're just a fascist. And it's like,
words are
yeah, words are hurtful, and we can't figure out what fucking bathroom to use. And with that comment, boop, there goes our viewership. Okay.
Yeah, that
All right.
was
So going on with this article, the child's father is the son of a senior Armenta, also named Raul, and a business committee member of the Yanez band of Kushmash Indians, according to a local news story from 2014. Now, the family lives in Yanez, California, according to Facebook. Now, Shannon Holden, the boy's mother, wrote on Facebook after the drama, quote, "This has nothing to do with the NFL." Also, CBS showed him multiple times, and this is the photo people chose to blast to create division. He is Native American. Just stop already. Her Facebook feed showed footage and photos from the game, from the game night, such as a close-up video of her son doing the tomahawk chop, with the players repeating the movement back to him. That's the part that I loved, right? Like black players were tomahawk chopping with the kid, right?
exactly.
Yeah. The players even loved it. She wrote, despite the public backlash, Phillips defended his attempt to shame the child in a social media post. Quote, "For the idiots in my mentions who were treating this as some harmless act because the other side of his face was painted red, I could make the argument that it makes it even worse," writer Karen J. Phillips wrote on X. Quote, "Y'all are the ones who hate Mexicans, but wear sombreros on Cinco," end quote.
What does that have to do with anything that is happening in this situation?
Anything. Holden's father told Fox News's Jesse Waters that recently his son was shaken by the negative attention and mischaracterization of his costume after he had an otherwise great time supporting his favorite team. It's been a lot, the father said. It's been a pretty crazy couple of days. I was mad, upset for him. I'm mad that he's upset. He's pretty devastated. I mean, he's seen the videos and everything posted. It was his dream to get on the Jumbotron, he added. And I've had family and friends call and say, "Oh, we saw you on Sunday Night Football." He's so excited. But then everything else came up. And I'm like, yeah, here's the thing. That Deadspin as a website, I think, no. This was the one card that they chose to play. And
Yeah, I don't get it at all.
the term cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Deadspin offered themselves up as a sacrificial lamb to ISIS, and they beheaded themselves to make a point.
Yep.
But unfortunately, they fell on the wrong sword. They picked the wrong fight to fight. And like I said, I feel pretty confident, even with David's absence this week. We as a company, we as an entity, we as a show, and we to the individuals who participate in and produce this show, we stand with you, Holden, and Holden's family. We stand with you. We understand that there are just people in this world that suck.
Yep.
So you have a place. You have a place here. We are offering you an open-ended invitation with a soapbox under a spotlight to come and to vent, to voice your opinion, and just to get it all out. I mean, we would love to hear your side of the story. But
Absolutely.
that being said, the Chiefs managed to I don't want to call it the obligatory once a week nice thing to say about the pack, because I mean that would imply some kind of contractual agreement. And I for one, as far as the Packers are concerned, will never offer services of my ass for the Packers for anything.
Nope.
We'll call this the one good deed for the NFL picks for the week. The Packers showed up at Lambeau and managed to figure out how to win a game. So good job.
I would like to just say that I think it should count whenever we don't shit on the Packers. It should count as our one good deed.
Right. I will say though, I did appreciate the creativity. Well, there was a Chiefs fan. He was seen on TV. Instead of a cheese head, he had a cheese grater on his head.
Yes.
I saw that and I was like, that's
fantastic.
That's pretty amazing.
Love to see that.
David, what is I mean, what is David talking about? Sometimes just punching him?
I don't
What?
know.
StreamYard, we love you, and we appreciate the fact that you offer us this platform upon which to record and broadcast, but you really got to come up with some way to shorten the I mean, it's like we're trying to talk to Mark Watney on Mars using a camera and a
Yes.
hexadecimal system. I mean, there's got to be a way to cut that down. I mean, really, this is bad. So just kind of putting that out there.
One would think.
One would think. Now we did pick the Jaguars to beat the Bengals right now in the third quarter with 10-16 left. It's 14-21 Cincinnati. So Trevor Lawrence, pull your head out of your ass, give your balls a tug there, tit fucker, and figure it out.
I mean, they were tied at the half, so
They were tied at the half. So we'll give them that. Now moving on to week 14. Week 14, everybody. Week 14. Yeah. First game at the Thursday night game. Patriots at the Steelers. I'm feeling pretty saucy.
I am too.
The Belichick tank is going to be in full effect, and I'm taking the Steelers.
Yes. I was gonna reach through the screen if you said the fucking Patriots. I swear to God, because you keep fucking doing that to me. I'm like, obviously, we're gonna say it at the same time. Ready?
Right? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What the fuck?
I mean, it's like that Memory Lane skit on Adam Sandler's "What the Hell Happened to Me" album. You remember that one? Where it's like, I delivered pizza to the 60-year-old man's house, and I made him fuck me in the ass in front of his kids. Like, then they threw him out of the car, and he's like, "Don't you judge me? He wanted me to do it." like, well, that guy was weird.
Oh hell yeah!
The nighttime is the right time. No, that my favorite part about that whole skit was like the delivery where they were talking about the water park, and he goes, this one time at a water park, this 60-year-old man came down the slide after me. And he was going so fast that his shorts flew off when he got down to the bottom, and I'm just standing there staring at his big, beautiful, hairy balls. Holy jeez, I just wanted to lick him. I was like, what the fuck? It was just a holy jeez, I just wanted to lick him. I'm like, oh my God.
I haven't heard that.
Oh my God.
I have not heard that in so long. Dude, I forgot all about that. Oh my God.
Yeah. My favorite song on that whole album, though, is Piece of Shit Car.
Yeah. I liked Toll Booth Willie was funny.
Yes. And there is a moral to this last skit. If you have friends that have sex with 60-year-old men, don't kick them out of the car or you will die. Like, where did that come from? Like, you know, you get that shocked look on your face and that tone, like oh my God, dude, this is an MMA fight. Oh my God. Twist his dick. Like,
oh my God. Yeah. There's the shock and then just the acceptance. Yep. Twist his dick.
Twist his dick.
Twist his dick.
All right. We got the Buccaneers at the Falcons. This is the classic example of there's no right way to stroke this one at all. I mean, I would say, David, put your input in there and give us your pick. Tell us who you would like to pick, but I don't feel like waiting for 30 minutes. Because dead air sells commercials, kids.
I mean, they're both coming off of wins too. I'd almost just say the Falcons just because they're at home. Well, I mean, technically.
Yeah, but every time we pick Atlanta, they kick us in the dick.
You're right. Dude, so we're going to go Buccaneers.
Yeah.
They haven't exactly been good to us either. but I feel like they've let us
I mean,
down.
the Falcons are the NFC equivalent of Tennessee.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there's that.
That is fair.
Next, we've got the Rams at the Ravens.
Remember when the Ravens used to be good,
Right? And everybody was afraid of Lamar Jackson,
right?
you know, and I mean,
They used
even
to
further
be
back when they had Matt Hasselback as their quarterback, and they had a they had a ninja murderer as a linebacker,
right.
and they had a wife beater as a running back.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I was so hoping you were going to say that. Oh my God, yes. So hoping you were going to say that. Okay. All right. So,
you know,
Ravens. I'm just
yeah, sure. This is another one. I literally,
yeah. Okay.
like the fucking league is like that right now.
It's so mid.
That's what's
Like,
sad.
I mean,
There's not a lot to be excited about here.
I'd rather watch the WNBA than a lot of these games. I'm just kind of putting
Well,
that
I mean, let's not. Well, you know, it's better than women's soccer, I guess.
Well, I mean, if we're being completely honest, if we're
Depending
being
on which boys' high school team they're playing.
well, I mean, if we're being completely honest, I mean, as far as like the women's national team is concerned, the product's going to get a lot better now that Megan Rapone is not there.
That's true.
And, you know, I love how she just kind of like said that God, there's proof that God doesn't exist because my last play in my last professional game, I broke my leg. No, bitch, that's the universe writing itself.
That was karma. That wasn't God. That was karma.
Normally, I mean, as a Christian, I don't believe in Buddhist concepts like karma, but yeah, I mean,
fucking karma.
the two fish here.
The universe was giving you a middle finger at that point.
I play for a country that I hate. Crack.
Oh God, yes. Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, I miss the days of Mia Hamm and Hope Solo. You know,
oh right. Yeah, it was. You know, you could get behind him.
I mean, Carl Edwards got behind Hope Solo for a while.
Not wrong. I knew you were.
I mean, and Noma Garciaparra still gets behind Mia Hamm all the time. So I'm just kind of putting that out there.
Also true. I fucking knew you were gonna go there. As soon as I said it. I feel like this is going on TikTok too.
That's what I appreciate about you. All right, next we got the Lions at the Bears.
Lions.
Do I need to say it?
I know better now. Not so much the Lions as I just know the Bears are going to lose.
I mean, the Bears are going to do what they affectionately refer to as shitting the bed.
I swear to God, if they win this game, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. I will be.
We'll just stop doing picks if that's the case. I mean,
I think so. At this point, it's just
we'll just take a week off. You know,
we'll just lead it up to a reader's poll or a listener's poll. At that point, we'll just put it on the website and just
like, here, just
you guys do it. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Go to our Twitter page. We'll put up a poll.
Right.
Fuck.
Actually,
Let
that's not
all the analytics for it. Do what?
That's not actually a bad idea. We'll see how the listeners do against our picks.
We will see.
That's not a bad idea.
There are very few things in this world that causes a man to pause mid-syllable. You know, like a revelation, prostate check.
That would do it every time.
That was a moment. That was a great. That's a great idea, sir.
especially if the doctor has both hands on your shoulders. That'll really make you
Hey,
pause.
as long as he takes the Super Bowl ring off first, we're okay.
Yes. Honey Carrington.
You liked it? No.
Kiss me on the neck, you son of a bitch.
Come here and hold me, you son of a bitch. It's like they had a little TV screen out in the waiting room. Look, kids, there he is.
That is, we gotta
your hair's all disheveled. You look like a used up hooker. Is there any reason? I mean, can we think of any reason at all why that man's wife divorced him? I mean, whew,
not a one.
Not a one. I mean,
he didn't cheat on her a bunch of times either.
No. Your blue blocker sunglasses are here.
Saying.
Apparently I'm drinking. I like to order shit I don't remember about. Like, apparently I don't fucking need it. Like, okay. All right, next we got the Colts at the Bengals.
Dare we go the Bengals? They they tied it back up.
All right, fine. I'm in. Bengals. Next we've got the Jaguars at the Browns. I'm gonna go with the Jags on that one.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Well, keep
saying we say it's a no-brainer. However,
well, like it's a no-brainer just because we're not using our fucking brains when we pick these.
Okay, this one should be pretty easy. This one should be pretty easy. The Panthers at the Saints. I mean, the Saints don't want the number one pick that bad. I mean, at this point in the season, Carolina's got a lock on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless Bill Belichick just like reaches in and, just like he does the whole hand wave thing. He's like, you are going to lose this game. He doesn't in true Belichick fashion. He's like, do your job.
Yeah, I gotta go Saints on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking the YouTube chat, and I'm like, it's just sitting there. Like, okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't have to listen to it. I don't have to listen to it now. I'm going to listen to it tomorrow when I'm doing the editing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which feels like an excuse to me.
I'm just kind of saying. Okay. Now, this is the game that I will fight you for this pick. I want the Texans over the Jets.
Wow. Texans over the Jets. You know what? Earlier this year, I would have fought you. Because I kind of had a soft spot for the Jets earlier this year. But
yeah, a lot of people did, including Aaron Rodgers' Achilles tendon.
That's a fair point. But lately that soft spot got really hard. I'm going to agree with you, Texans.
All right.
Mainly so when they all do lose and it goes all to shit, I can point at you and say, see, I fucking told you. I should have known better.
All right, fine. If CJ Stroud pulls up lame with an Achilles injury on the on Stadium field,
what are the odds? Up his Achilles.
I mean, at that point, there would have to be some kind of mandate coming down from Roger Goodell's office. Like, if you've got turf, fucking remove it. You know,
That should happen anyways.
I mean, they can open up the roof at NRG, put grass in there. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Whew. All right, the Vikings at the Raiders. The Vikings.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I brought that one up.
You don't even have to say the rest of the fucking name. It's not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for yelling. Seahawks at the 49ers. Dude, the Seahawks really, they don't have anything to play for now. They I mean, I would love to see them punch the 49ers in the mouth, but I just don't see it happening.
It's not going to happen, especially not in fucking San Francisco. It's not going to happen.
Now, if David were here, he would argue like, well, I want to take the Seahawks. Especially if they wear those neon green uniforms. By golly, let me tell you. Dang it, David.
He just likes the pecker.
He like what?
He likes the pecker. On the uniform, the pecker.
Yeah.
Because they're birds.
The way that beak just kind of curves over, boy.
Curves. Nice.
Me in all the right places. If men had a G spot, boy, it'd be on it.
Wee. I tell you what.
Oh my God. Oh, you know,
he's gonna be so pissed listening to this.
No, because if he were here, he would just be sitting there with his hands just like this.
That's true, because he knows that we would be doing this to his face.
Yeah.
Have
You know,
done this
I
to
mean,
his face.
But the fact that he's absent, I mean, the fact that he's absent, it's almost like we're playing a practical joke on the kid with Down syndrome on the playground. You know,
Yeah, pretty much.
you know. I mean, not that we condone that kind of behavior. So they're talking about the special needs people. Shut up, God.
My son has special needs,
So
so that makes
I've got a special needs kid.
exactly makes it okay.
He's on the spectrum. I mean, come on, though. Enough is enough.
Yeah. At some point, it's just jokes. Well, in David's case, it's not necessarily jokes as us just speaking truth about him.
Here's a piece of sage advice for the rest of the listening audience. These are jokes, not dicks. Quit taking them so hard.
Yay, barely.
You, sir, have been weighed, measured, and found wanting.
Wanting.
Bills at the Chiefs. Who you got there?
Oh, I'm saying he's tanking. I gotta go Chiefs.
Yeah.
He's gunning for the race to the bottom of the barrel.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about the Pats. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills.
The Bills, you're right. Same difference.
Yeah, we're gonna still take the Chiefs.
We're going to Chiefs. Because
I mean, the Bills have not been playing inspiring football. Why did my screen go?
Why do I see a down thumb?
I don't know. That's
somebody's down thumbing you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a gesture thing. Like it's like when I was growing up, right? My dad would sit there and go, "You see this thumb?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I can beat the shit out of you with this one. I can kill you with this one." And then he would commence to like beating the shit out of me with a thumb, and I'm just sitting there like, God, quit.
How are you doing this?
And then when I became a dad and I did the same thing to my kids, I was like, oh, die.
Unlimited power.
I'd look at him and be like, I know thumb foo.
Show me.
Did you see what I did? Okay. All right. All right. So we got the Broncos. I mean, the Donkeys. God, so I'm so like disheveled and so flustered because we're so far off track. We are a semi-professional podcast. Um,
Sometimes
the Donkeys at the Chargers. I
Chargers. Although
it,
now that I say it out loud, it doesn't even sound right.
it doesn't. I mean, I was like, okay, now we have to tread very lightly here. Uh, We have to tread very lightly because we've had our fair share of spiteful picks over the season, and each and
We're
every one
gonna
of
have
them have come back to bite us right square in the.
we have another one coming up here too.
Oh no, I have all the faith and confidence in that next pick, but
Yes, but
do
it's
do
still
do
it feels
I mean,
spiteful to say it out loud.
it does feel spiteful, but I think that there's reason for it, and I
That's
I I, I believe that it could happen. Um, do we do we go all
you know what?
hashtag giddy up and take the donkeys?
You know what we do? We do.
Yeah. Okay.
We I mean, what are we gonna worry about our record? We're gonna worry about trashing our record this year. Come on.
I mean, right now, as it stands, we're probably like, I don't know, in line to get like the number 4 overall pick in the first round.
Yeah, like we're
No, that's not fair. We're probably like
dude, we're not making the fucking the
we're
off
probably like the 25th pick overall. That's where we're at right now, record wise.
we're
I
not
mean,
we're not making
we're
the playoffs.
just good enough to where we'll never get better.
Yes. We are permanently right in the center
Like,
in that 500 purgatory hell. Just in limbo for life.
oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have become the Minnesota Vikings.
Shit. There's another one of our t-shirts right there.
Right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, look, you lost a viewer. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
We're the only ones that would celebrate losing a viewer.
Oh, Maria chimed in. She goes, your soft spot got hard. Phrasing. Yes.
That's why Maria's our favorite.
That's why. That's why. Okay. This next pick, Sunday night football. The
Faith.
Eagles of Philadelphia, home of the brotherly shove, are coming to AT&T Stadium, attempting to do what nobody else has been able to do over the last 14 home games. And that is beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Ain't gonna happen.
We here at Angry Me Productions, we here at Nerd Sports, to the individual, both Chris Jacka and myself, firmly believe that ain't gonna fucking happen.
Nope. Not in our fucking house.
No.
Who them boys?
Yeah. So we are gonna take the Cowboys.
I'm gonna give them a little brotherly nudge. Brotherly hip thrust.
I'm not kidding you. I am going to I'm going to file for a copyright on the brotherly shove. I am not kidding you. I think it'll run me about $75. I am so going to do it. And if they want that back, I'm going to make them pay dearly for it. I mean, like dearly for it.
You have a hair on your ass if you don't do it.
Bet. I'm all over that. Fucking fire for effect. How copy over. All right. That is happening, dude. That is happening, my guy.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Monday night this week has got a double header. One game's a little bit easier to pick than the other.
Yeah.
So in that first game of the doubleheader, we're taking the Dolphins over the Titans because why? Fuck them. That's why.
Fuck them. That's why.
Golly.
Fucking
Um,
I'm you.
okay.
I tried to be nice. All right. I tried to be nice all year. I've tried.
To me or the Titans?
To the Titans. I'd fuck them. No, I can't be nice anymore.
Yeah, just
They have not been nice to me.
I mean, unlike the uniform and name change took you to the Super Bowl and got you to within a yard of a Super Bowl title.
Bastards. Uh-huh.
I mean, I know it's a little faux pas, but it's things like that that might be the reason Steve McNair got murdered by his ex-girlfriend.
Wee. A little bit
No,
of
see, that's fucked up on my part, and I shouldn't be that way. Steve McNair, okay, so in all transparency, I used to be a big Oilers fan, right? And got excited when the Oilers moved to Tennessee, and I was like, great. Yeah, I mean, when we all heard that Steve McNair got murdered in his sleep, sleeping on his ex-girlfriend's couch, that was rough, dude. That was rough. Yeah, I mean, because they had the memorial service in Nashville, and boy, I tell you, like Eddie George, I mean, Javon Curse, the Freak. I mean, dudes were just grown ass men crying. I'm like, oh Lord, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was rough. It was a rough couple days, but yeah. Anyway, the next game. I don't care. We've already said our one good thing about the pack for the week.
I'm telling you, not shitting all over them should count as a good thing. Having said that, I'm still going to take the Giants.
I was going to say, I was waiting for that.
Because fuck them. That's why.
Right. Okay. So to recap these picks before I send them off to David, we've got the Steelers over the Pats. The Belichick tank is in full effect.
I'm telling you.
It's going to be a great thing.
I'm calling it now.
Maybe he'll go out and actually draft himself a nice running back. Because,
things have happened.
I mean, Zeke ain't working for you. We got the Bucks over the Falcons, Ravens over the Rams, the Lions, oddly enough, over the Bears, Bengals over the Colts. Don't fuck us, Cincinnati. Don't do to the country what you did during the last election. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Everybody was waiting for Cincinnati's precinct to be cut, to be reported. We're going to the Democrat. Shut up. Just go out there, play football, and to quote Belichick, do your job. We've got the Jags over the Browns. That just sounds like something a New York Guido would say, right? The Jag-offs over the Browns, like
fucking Jag-offs.
Fucking Jag-offs over the Browns. How many demographics can we piss off?
I think there's three that we haven't reached yet, but show's not over yet.
No, we've got Deadspin for that. God Lord. We've got the Saints over the Panthers, the Texans over the Jets, Vikings over the Raiders, Niners over the Seahawks. That's right, David. We picked against the Packers.
Yep.
With the hook, the curve bill.
Your pecker is going down.
This time of year, it's pretty cold in San Francisco, right? Is it any coincidence that most likely it would be wet and muddy? God,
I can't. I can't.
this is what happens when we get left alone. So great. We got the Chiefs over the Bills, the Donkeys over the Chargers. That one hurts. The Cowboys over the Eagles, Dolphins over the Titans, and Giants over the Packers. Oh God. Okay. You know,
Interesting week.
I can't.
It's gonna be.
I don't even think I've got it in me to do a joke segment this week, man.
I don't think so. I think, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to
Gotta
address
spread
the
it out
elephant in
through
the
the
room
whole
here.
show.
Earlier this week, in case you had not noticed, the college football playoff brackets were announced. And number one is Michigan, who comes in at 11-0. Is it
Yeah.
11? Yeah, it's 11-0. No, they're 13-0. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're 13-0. Then Washington, UW had an undefeated season. We were living in Washington State. My dad was just about to retire from the Navy when, back when the national championship was decided between the coaches and the AP writer poll,
Mhm.
right? The Washington Huskies had completed their first undefeated season in school history and had to split the national championship with the Miami Hurricanes that year because the AP poll and coaches poll went halvesies on everything.
Yep.
So this is the second undefeated season in school history. So congratulations to the Huggy to the Huggies. To the Huskies.
Yeah, it fits.
I'm like, you told me, man, I'm kind of fucked up. I see my face on the YouTube.
It's not the replay.
And it's like I can't even like my face doesn't even look like, I'm just sitting there kind of going, hey guys, no, not gonna do it. No, my mama done told me when I was knee birds.
Tell me about the rabbit story.
Like, Mr. Bunny Rabbit, please don't do that. Oh my God.
Oh man.
We need to get through the rest of this show without killing ourselves. Number 3 is the University of Texas.
Woo.
It pains me to say this as an Aggies fan, but hook 'em horns. Go.
I'm actually
Bring it home. Bring it home. Okay. I mean,
they have the hardest schedule. Like,
I know, and we're going to get to that. Let's not jump ahead yet. Let's not jump ahead yet. Okay. Number 4 was given to Alabama. Okay, now
given that is the correct word.
Yeah, correct. Now let me expound upon this. I attempted to get one of my Army people, one of my buddies from the Army, one of my old squad leaders, as a matter of fact. He's single-handedly the biggest FSU fan I've ever met my entire life.
Oh God, is he doing
okay? I sent him a message on Messenger tonight, inviting him to come on the show to,
shit all over Alabama.
Yeah, dude. I was like, all right, man. I'm giving you a platform to tee off if you were interested. He was otherwise engaged this evening. So it's completely understandable.
That's a shame.
Chip, if you're listening, whatever, fine. The invitation is still open. Would love to have you on. Because get this, Chris, he's also a Raiders fan, and his JV team are the Saints. I love this man to death. I would crawl through the 7 circles of hell for him. But
there's a lot that I can say and just pile on top, but he hurts hard enough already. I don't need to jump on on that particular dog
We
pile.
jumped him out in the field one time, and dude, there was 3 other dudes on him. He picks me up and dumps me on my head. I couldn't feel anything from the neck down for, like, 3 or 4 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gave you the stinger.
No, yeah. Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm like, he picks me up, I mean, as far as I could recall, my feet leave the ground. I remember the top of my head hitting the ground, and then I don't feel anything. I'm laying there, I'm like, they're like, he looks down, he's like, "Get the fuck up." I was like, then he calls me Sally, right? I was like, I can't feel my arms and legs, like, legit.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, shit," So, I mean, we sat there for a few minutes, everybody's freaking out like, "Oh my god, Skelton's
Oh,
paralyzed,"
oh, I fucked up.
Yeah, and then I start to get that tingle feeling like the pins and needles coming back, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay. Just gonna go walk it off. I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna go back to my alfalfa and cry. Just just gonna go take my 50 apart in the middle of the night and,
This is my rifle. There are
I'm
many like it, but this one is mine.
like, "This was mine. I'm here to do what you tell me to, Joe Sergeant." God. Um, now, my
Oh,
problem with Alabama being in number 4 is the fact that Texas beat them. Now,
yes.
one could argue, "Oh, well, they beat the number 1 team in the country." Like, so what? You know how many close games Georgia's had this year?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna talk about? You strength of schedule, strength of schedule. Dude, Florida State had one of the hardest schedules in the country. They actually did go undefeated.
Mhm.
Okay. Texas, I see Texas's justification for being in there because one, this is the last year they're in the Big 12. Okay. The only loss that they had this year was to Oklahoma, and that was on a bullshit call.
Right.
Okay. Um, Alabama got embarrassed in Tuscaloosa by
Yes.
Texas. Okay. And don't come at me with the whole, Alabama this and Alabama that, Nick Saban this, Nick Saban that. The SEC, and I'm probably going to get they're probably gearing up a drive-by by my house right now because I'm about to utter these words. But the SEC is notorious for packing their schedule on the front and back ends with cream puff teams.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Um, I love the SEC. Don't get me wrong, love the SEC. I'm glad that the Aggies are excuse me, a part of the SEC.
But
But I just I don't think that the SEC deserves to be represented here. I really don't.
not this year.
Not this year. Um, you know, eh, and now to that effect, I mean, you're going to have every school out there has its own system, kind of a thing, right? Um, I mean, places like Texas Tech, notorious for being a system school, right? As far as like quarterbacks, I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, he was a system quarterback. I mean, the
Yeah.
only quarterback that has a consistent record of success that has come out of Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yep.
Um, but I mean, as far as SEC quarterbacks, I mean, the most notable one that comes to mind is McCarron, and he was out of Alabama. And now, granted, he was playing in the USFL this year, but the dude was going off, man, like lights out. Got a second chance to play football, going lights out, like going bonkers. Okay. Um, I mean, I've always got, I mean, I've got a soft spot in my heart for Tim Tebow. I mean, because the guy was, I mean, the guy stayed true to his convictions. He stayed true to who he was, regardless of the media, regardless as to what the pub or the court of public opinion had to say.
Yep.
Um, I would love to meet Tim Tebow. Would love to meet Tim Tebow. And yes, I understand everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I would have to your boy here would have to put a filter in. I get it. I mean, I'm capable of doing that. It's called tact. Um, I think that Florida State deserved to be number 4. This definitely makes an argument for an expanded playoff bracket for next year. I mean, the NCAA has been. I mean, they've made it into an MOS. With the amount of screwing over of schools and in particular individuals over their entire existence. Um, this is just one of those cases where they just flat out got it wrong. I
Yeah.
mean, the video from uh, the football complex, watching these FSU players see their hard work go unrecognized. I mean, dude, it's heartbreaking. But did they get up and start burning the place down? Did they start smashing windows? No. Mm-mm. Nope,
No,
because
it's credit to
they
the
still had a game to get ready for. They're playing the Orange Bowl. They're playing number 6 Georgia in the Orange Bowl, and I hope to God they whip the dog snot out of the dogs.
Yeah.
I
That's gonna
mean,
be a good game.
that is going to be an amazing game. The matchups for the top 4 are going to be number 1 Michigan, going to be playing Alabama.
Go Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, God, it pains me to say this, but go Big Blue, right? Big Blue, go. Um, you got to root for the team from Texas, man. Yeah, I'm picking the Longhorns to beat Washington.
Yeah.
Washington put together an impressive season this year.
That's gonna be a slog, though.
Dude, that is going to be a defensive battle.
Yes.
And it's going to be who breaks the first big play. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the first team to score 28 points is going to win that game.
Yeah.
Just hands down. I mean, and we may even see an Arch Manning appearance at some point during the fourth quarter. Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, did you see the Arch Manning's debut? That game?
No.
Dude, the place just came alive, right? Because I mean, they were just I forget who it was. I think it was the game before the Big 12 championship. Who was it they playing? I can't remember. Texas Tech. They were playing Tech in Austin, and they were just beating the pants off of Tech, like by 50 points. I mean, it was bad, right? I mean, it was bad. I mean, Tech comes in talking all this smack and all this noise, right? I mean, they're getting all these people tweeting on their behalf, and then the Twitterverse just went silent. It was like Grant Tarkin just kind of said, "Fire at will."
May fire when ready.
Like, I mean, what? You said nobody would get hurt. You are far too trusting. Like, did I make up for it? Did I make my? Did I redeem myself right there?
It's defenseless. They have no weapons. You can't possibly. Yep. That's an apt description.
Yeah. And then when Arch Manning came out, right? Dude, I mean, the kid, I mean, when first and foremost, whenever they brought him in, he just flat out said, "Look, I am a freshman. Treat me like anybody else."
Yeah.
And earned his way onto that team, right?
Right.
And then he, his first drive, I think, ended in a punt. But then when he goes back out for his second drive and it ends up in a touchdown, dude.
Rip the place.
Wow. Yeah, like here, I am the captain now. I mean,
right.
I mean, It was pretty impressive. So I mean, I God, and I've got some really good friends that are Tide fans, and I'm just like, man, ooh, um,
It honestly just feels like it's they're pandering. It's NCAA pandering.
yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, honestly, I see. I'm going to call it now. The national championship game is going to be number 1 versus number 3 at NRG Stadium, and I think Texas is going to take home the hardware.
I
Dude,
can see that.
you
Totally.
want to talk about traffic and you want to talk about a party in Houston? Let the Longhorns win.
Yeah.
Let the Longhorns win. Holy hell. I
Don't
mean,
bet
their
on
last year as a
anything.
member of the Big 12 before they go to the SEC,
Yep.
and they come in as the defending national champions.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
And you have
talk
the
about coming in.
quite possibly the most sought after quarterback recruit
Oh yeah.
coming into his
Oh, they'll walk in
sophomore
with a
year.
huge chip.
Ease. All right. Now, all right. As we stated at the top of the show, it is Army Navy week. This is the only game that I look forward to every year. Okay. I mean, I'm more of a baseball guy. I've more or less acquiesced and started watching more football just because I couldn't stand watching the product of baseball that the Red Sox put out this year. It's not to say that I'm jumping ship. That's never going to happen. I am a washed again, born in the bloody Red Sox fan. I am till the day I die. Okay. In fact, I want my pallbearers to wear Red Sox jerseys so that way the team can let me down one more time when I die. Okay. But I will never stop believing. All right. I mean, I think I'm going to have Sweet Caroline played on the bagpipes immediately preceding Amazing Grace. Right. It's like that.
Audience participation and all.
Yeah. I'm going to need your help on this one, Chris. We're going to put a Bluetooth speaker in my coffin and you're going to cue it up. And every time it's the audience's turn to go, so good, so good, so good. Yeah. In fact, I want you to cue it up because I want to start the singing. I want to lead this song off,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people are going to laugh, people are going to cry, some people are going to be shocked into cardiac arrest. But by God, they're going to remember that they were at a party. They
We're gonna run an extension cord down underneath so that it just keeps playing. So you just hear every time you walk by your grave, you just hear muffled.
Yeah, I mean, unlike when Beethoven was dead, when he died and was buried, I mean, people kept going by his grave and kept hearing his compositions, but they were being played backwards, and nobody could figure it out. And at the end of the day, it was just because he was decomposing. That's the one bad joke for the night. That was. Hey,
that was because we couldn't get Colin on.
Yeah, that was because we couldn't get Colin on. Okay,
that was oh my God.
Okay, so the Black Knights head into this matchup after winning 28-21 over the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Kind of a damn.
What even?
Oh, Chanticleers. It's like,
what do you even have your mascot as? Is it just like a lace doily or what? I don't even know what the hell that thing is.
I mean, when I think somebody said, Oh, I'm a Chandelier. Like, okay, so you smoke a corncob pipe and wear buffalo plaid and suspenders with capri pants? You're that kind of hipster. Okay, I got you.
No, it's
You drink
those are the things.
IPAs because you think that they're, that they're just obscure enough, and then you realize that they're mainstream, and then you look for something else. Is that how
I
that
thought it
works?
was those things that hang from the ceiling and that like have all the glass and crystal and shit. And
No,
then
it's
you
a
have
chandelier. This is a chanticleer.
same thing.
Chanticleer.
I
You know
have
what? I'm
literally
gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up.
I need to know what that is because that
Yeah.
is
Um,
yes, I know it was a chandelier. It was,
I know you knew. Okay. Um, Chanticleer is a oh, here we go. Word origin. Sing loud, name of rooster in the medieval epic Reynard the Fox. So it's a rooster, but it's also an acapella men's group.
it's a singing cock.
It's a he gets too throaty, he has to stop and spit, you know. Oh my god. Okay, we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes here. I gotta finish this up here.
But then he can't sing again for a couple hours.
All right. So the last game that the Black Knights played was 28-21 over the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. I can't even say that word. Yeah.
I can,
They made a Chanticleer a Disney character. Would they get Alan Tudyk to do the voice on that one too?
oh my god, yes. His
Like,
name
hey,
is,
he's like
I'm
sophisticated
sorry.
cousin.
His name is Tunic, and he's gonna sing
He puts out his wing. Caw-caw.
oh my god. Anyways, we need to land this plane before we crash.
No, sir. We've already hit the ground. We're just seeing how far down we can go. The engines are still on full throttle.
Just keep bouncing.
We put in that invincibility cheat code, like Captain Skyhook, back on the NES, you know? It's like, okay. All right. The midshipmen, however, their last game was a 59-14 loss to the SMU Mustangs.
Mm.
Um,
Obviously, go Army, beat Navy.
yeah. Riley Tyson, who's the running back for Army, he had 12 carries for 112 yards. He averaged 9.3 yards per carry with one touchdown in that game. There was absolutely no passing to speak of because Avian Smith, the quarterback for Army, 0 yards on 0 passing for 0% completion percentage. Like in a matchup against the Chanticleers with no touchdowns and interceptions. I'm like, okay.
You can't intercept if you don't throw it.
Tell me that
all
article was not
strategy.
written by the same guy that writes the FMs for the fucking military.
Yes.
We've already established
He's a
that
cartography.
he didn't throw the ball. He didn't even attempt to throw the ball. He had a 0 for 0 day for 0% pass or completion percentage.
Yeah.
Oh, but he didn't throw any interceptions either. No shit.
Dude, that's you gotta put the brides. That's the positive OER bullet point.
Did not turn over ball.
Exactly.
By God, put that man in for an RCOM.
I'm telling you, that dude is destined to be an officer.
See, what's funny is that he's going to go to an infantry unit where it gets negotiated down from an RCOM to a fucking certificate.
Hearty handshake.
Party handshake and a canceled Donza. That's what that is.
There you go.
If you're a good boy, I'm gonna let you drink from the fire hose and call zonk. Remember UHF? Little Timmy gets to drink from the fire hose.
Oh my god.
He found the marble in the oatmeal. God.
UHF.
Now I want to go watch that movie.
I do.
Today we're going to teach poodles how to fly.
Dude,
He
speaking of
throws
Weird
it out the
Al,
window, and you hear, "Yep."
speaking of Weird Al, did you see the one that the new one, Daniel Radcliffe was in?
No, I didn't, but I want to. I know it's on. It's on the Roku channel, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Now,
bro.
the Navy quarterback during their game against the Mustangs, Braxton Woodston, he went 9 for 18 with 71 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's promising. He also rushed 18 times for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. So, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
It's gonna be
both teams go into these games running the triple option exclusively. It is not the best product of football. I've been told, because I mean, I'm that guy that makes a big deal out of the game every year, right? And
yeah, this is not a bowl game by any means.
no, but it is America's game, right?
Yeah,
And so I used to go to church with this one guy. And he's like, I don't watch that trash. I mean, it's terrible football. I don't waste my time. I'm like, okay,
good for you.
okay. It's the same guy that votes for Biden because apparently it feels good. Makes his soul feel good or something.
He must be a Texans fan.
No, he what team was it that he was a fan of? It wasn't even a Texas team.
That
I
doesn't
think it was
sound
like a
good.
Giants fan or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, um, bless his heart. The Black Knights are favored. I mean, it's always going to be a tight game. But the Army is the favorite by 2.5 points. They're putting the total number of points in this game being scored at 28.
Total.
Total. That is
Oh God.
that's the set right there. 28 points.
Oh, that hurts.
I mean, the money line puts Army at negative 137 and Navy at plus 115. So, I mean, my ass is going to be sitting in front of my 75-inch TV with my Bose surround sound in my living room, drinking beer, eating junk food, and every time the Army scores, I'm going to waddle my crippled ass down onto the living room floor and do some push-ups.
Yep.
So, I'm just now the Army's covered the spread 3 times in 10 games. Okay. They've got no wins as the 2.5 point favorite or greater this year. Okay. That's the dark cloud right there. But Army has played this game or played 10 games this year, and 4 of them they've hit the over. So I'm thinking, okay, because this game actually carries a lot of meaning. All right. I think that they're gonna hit the over.
I think so.
I think they're gonna beat the spread on this one. Now, as far as the Navy's concerned, against the spread, Navy's 4-5-1 this season. Okay, so while the Army comes in with their line being 2.5 point favorites, they're 0-4. Against the spread, the Navy is 4-5-1 this season. As a 2.5 point underdog or greater, Navy's got 2 wins. They're 2-2-1. Okay, so all right,
inspire much confidence.
But still, don't sleep on the Navy. Okay. and at the risk of it becoming a meme or a clip for TikTok, David, don't go to sleep on the Navy because they'll fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Don't turn your
Bryson Daly, for the Army, he's got 859 passing yards. He's got a 78.1 yards per game, 50% completion rating, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 188 carries, 821 in rushing yards, and 7 touchdowns. So he can do it both on the ground and with his arm, although his arm might be a little bit of a liability. So depending on the weather and the wind and whether or not it's, I mean, we may see. Be prepared to see a lot of ground, a lot of ground game out of both teams, and Navy's probably going to be the first team to go to the air.
Yeah, I would say so.
Kanye Udoh, UDOH. He's got 86 carries, 436 yards, 39.6 yards per game. And 1 touchdown so far this year. Isaiah Alston, 9 receptions, 266 receiving yards, 24.2 yards per game, and 2 touchdowns this year. Noah Short, 18 receptions, 252 yards, 22.9 per game, 2 touchdowns. Casey Reynolds has got 13 receptions, 205 yards, 18.6, and no touchdowns to show for it. On the defensive side, Leo Lowen has got 72 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks. And Bo Nicholas Paul has got 25 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 3 punt returns. So Navy, they've got some Tazeka has got 117 carries, 724 yards, 65.8 per game, 5 touchdowns, 14 receptions, 88 yards, 8 yards per game, and 0 touchdowns. So I mean, they're going to pound him. I mean, they're going to pound him. He's going to be their guy that tries to break the perimeter, tries to catch that edge. Dave Fofana, Fofana, B. Yeah. I couldn't help it. I could, but I chose not to. I could have helped it, but I chose not to. 72 carries, 255 yards, 23.2, 3 touchdowns, 5 receptions, 46 yards, 4.2 yards per game, and 0 touchdowns. So he's a mildly decent runner and a shit receiver. Heidenreich. That could become a meme. He's going to become a meme. He's going to become a meme. They put his nameplate. I promise you, if he breaks free and starts high stepping, that will become a GIF.
Yep.
And then we'll dub the national, the Nazi, whatever, the anthem, right? That poor kid. All right. And in true German fashion, everything about his name is over-engineered. I'm just kind of putting that out there. 15 receptions, 326 yards, 29.6, and 4 touchdowns. Brandon Chapman, 17 receptions, 230 yards, 20.9 per game, no touchdowns. They've got some standouts on defense, though. Justin Reed's got 41 tackles, 6 for a loss, and 4.5 sacks. Colin Ramos has got 92 tackles, 5 for a loss, 2 sacks. And Deshaun Peel's got 31 tackles, 1 for a loss, and 4 interceptions. So, it's yeah, man. I mean, the game is this Saturday. It's going to be a 2:00 Central Time kickoff. It's going to be in Foxborough. It's going to be at Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots are in the middle of their master class on how to tank a season. That's going to, yeah. So it's going to be on CBS. You can live stream the game on Fubo. You can watch it for free. So if you don't have cable, Fubo is going to be your friend. Or if you have the monetary means, I suggest go finding a Buffalo Wild Wings or another bar, sports bar kind of a thing.
Luckily, I got a good one right down the road that I can.
So, and now here's your safety brief before we land this plane. If you're going to drive, don't drink. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. If you find yourself in a position where you are incarcerated for the weekend, you might as well just wait until Monday, because if you call the first sergeant or the sergeant major, they're going to make you wait till fucking Monday to get you out anyway. So just kind of keep that in mind, Airborne. Don't go out buying Mustangs or Chargers or Challengers at 28% interest. The stripper does not love you. She only wants you for the 1st and the 15th, and she wants your TRICARE. Just remember, Charlie Sheen has AIDS. And yeah, First Sergeant, turn the platoons back over to the platoon leaders, and
zonk.
If you have a problem with gambling, call the National Council on Problem Gambling 24/7 at 1-800-GAMBLER for New Jersey or Ohio, or 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado. I love Iowa's number, 800-BETS-OFF.
Want to bet?
Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Sports betting and gambling are not legal in all locations. Be sure to comply with laws applicable to where you reside. We occasionally recommend interesting products and services. If you make a purchase by clicking one of the links, we may earn an affiliate fee. That is not us. We do not have affiliate shit yet.
Not yet.
I've yet to get David's dicks by mail.
Seriously,
I'm firmly convinced that he screwed up the invoice on it, and he's going to get that in his own mailbox if he has not already.
That's why he couldn't come on tonight.
He went into a diabetic coma from all the gummy phalluses that he shoved down his throat.
He's got a mouthful of dick right now. That sweet, sweet gummy dick.
For playing a fruity game of Pudgy Bunny.
Damn it. Oh, man. Well, that's a shame. That is a shame.
Because here's the thing. I was going to do an unboxing video and then a reboxing video. And it was actually going to be one continuous. It was going to be like 1917. It was going to be shot with one continuous shot.
Yes. But yeah, unfortunately,
it was going to drive my wife absolutely batshit crazy, because if we didn't get it right, I was going to just scratch it and just box everything back up and then tape the whole thing up and reopen it. Yeah. But if I get this package in the mail, I will do an unboxing / reboxing video, and I will redact David's return address on the packaging.
Maybe.
No, I can't do that.
I won't do that.
I mean,
oops.
Even my debauchery has some limits. I mean,
all right, we'll be nice this time.
I mean,
guess
you'd be all Fred Durst with the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. How about that for a blast from the past, right?
Right. Of all the album names.
Yeah, I mean,
worst.
And then have you seen Fred Durst's social media accounts lately?
No.
He did not age well, man.
I can't imagine.
He still wears the Adidas running suits. I mean, he's a bad day from going full on Ukrainian.
He just needs some few gold chains.
I mean, all he's got to do, he's got to go down to the street to Jonathan Davis's house and borrow a couple.
I don't know. I just try. They tell me I go, I go. I don't know.
You take me for somebody who's stupid. I know. I've seen the stack of pawn tickets by your front door. I know. I will never see Chain again.
Oh man.
First couple of hundred times. Shame on me.
But that one time, no
But,
shame on you, my friend.
no,
My
shame
friend.
on you. And when the shame is brought on you, I tell you what, they make you a big deal. Okay. I don't know
You mean
why Jonathan Davis is going from Ukrainian to Greek all of a sudden.
say my friend, my friend.
It's like, just before you die, I will have Brian Head come pray last rites over you. Yes? Okay. You come pick Chain out now. Okay. Remember, I know where you run. I know where you do business. Like, how do you know where I do business?
Don't worry, don't worry.
Like,
I know. I just know.
I had to go and pawn all guitars from my corn days, so so I could feed family and ungrateful wife. Look, he's in kitchen now, eating baklava, as big as this the double door. I had to sell house that was on MTV Cribs. I mean, yes, it was leased, and technically did not own it, but I sold it anyway. Nobody cared.
Just like the rest of them. No, God, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know where that came from, but
I have no idea. Why is it that when Russian people speak Russian, right, they speak Slavic, right? It sounds very eloquent, right? It's a very beautiful language, right? I mean, it's like a sexier version of German, right? But when they speak English, my God, it sounds like they're trying to take over the fucking world. Right? There's a very big reason why we are bad guys in Bond films. Just saying. In Mother Russia,
Russia.
better use you for a rug.
Russia. Backpack getter, you.
In Mother Russia, car jumpstart you.
Oh man, we used to do that shit all the time.
Like, yeah, and the Mother Russia jokes were just as great as the Chuck Norris facts. And just
Absolutely.
all right. Well, we've come up on the 2 hour and 42-minute mark. David is going to kill us because, he's like, I got fucking almost 3 hours of shit to fucking edit. Are you kidding me?
You're
Ladies and
welcome.
gentlemen, I still have a final to study for. I've got 10 o'clock in the morning is going to be come up real quick. And I'll just get up. I sleep like crap at night anyway. So I'll just get up and I'll just study in the morning. Because that's how we get good grades in college.
Exactly.
We cram.
At the last second.
Yeah. Because that's what it's fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I got the hand receipts and everything. So yeah. Oh, I get to take physics next semester.
Oh God. Better you than me.
Dude, I'm actually excited about that. Like the kid who went through school just by the skin of his teeth doing the bare minimum work because I hated math. I'm excited for physics, man.
Again, better you than me.
And now, I'll bear in mind after the first 6 weeks, I'll come back and give you an update as to how I feel still. But
Just say when you're sitting there drooling and muttering to yourself. Stop.
Well, I mean, as a Charlie, you had to learn geometry, right?
Sure. I was never in the FTC. I was a gun bunny. So,
Okay, well, fair enough. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this was fun. And David is probably going to make sure that he takes off Monday nights from now until the end of time. So that way this never happens again. But my name is Johnny Skelton.
I am Chris Jacka.
And you have been witness to a travesty. And it's been an orgy. It's been a fun assault on your senses. Yes, your soul did not give us consent, but again, we don't really care. But this has been episode number 137 for Nerd Sports. We hope that you have enjoyed listening to it as much as we've enjoyed making it. And don't say that we didn't warn you, but in Mother Russia,
Sure, listen to you.
the plane land you. Okay. We're out of here, everybody. Hashtag giddy up.
Laters.